Dumb idiots.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dumb Idiots podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Berger.
And I'm your boy, man, Gnepper. We're out camping right now.
Dude, we're like some slutty girls. We outside.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a fun episode. Nice campy vibe, a little different theme, you know?
Dude, it's definitely giving me, Are You Afraid of the Dark vibes.
Yeah.
Watch that?
I don't think I have much.
Yeah.
I was on Nickelodeon?
Yeah. And I was a little bit of a pussy as a kid, so I was a little afraid to watch it, but I watched it here and there.
Did they have like that skeleton guy that would tell the story? Like he was like a zombie skeleton guy?
I don't know. I just remember like a bunch of kids would be like around a campfire, be like, scary story, and then they'd like show the story.
Oh man, I forgot the flashlight.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect for the scary campfire stories.
Oh dude, you know something scary that last week I had to apologize. Well, now I have to apologize for my apology.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, my wife informed me that I was actually correct the first time. We have a dead hamster in the garage freezer. So now I've misgendered him as a guinea pig. So I want to apologize to my family and friends, to our audience, to the rodent community. I'm sorry for now misspeciesing.
Well, just so you know, the guinea pigs are the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Hamsters are the little ones.
Well, yeah, I get it now, I guess. But
So like if it's a mini fridge, then it's probably a hamster. If it's a full size.
it was a full freezer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could have been believable that it could have, I mean, I think you could fit a whole fucking wombat in there if you needed to.
That's true. That's crazy.
So,
yeah,
I do apologize.
Well, yeah, we're outside. We
outside.
But interesting week. I think that Connor Stalions documentary came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I just watched that. It was wild, man. Just totally showed me that there are a lot of sketchy figures in college football.
Yeah, the college football fandom, and I guess when it comes to the analysts, it's crazy. And like people always say, like, oh, how come these people aren't devoting their time and energy to politics, things that matter? If Connor Stalions was devoting himself to politics and things that matter, oh my God, that gotta be in the Capitol building.
Dude,
every other week.
Yeah, he might have been one of the people taking a shot at a politician or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's tactical, and like how in depth some of these people get, even the ones that like found the evidence on him. It's like, dude, I love Ohio State and all, but I'm not gonna learn how to crack into somebody's stuff to like prove that and get them in trouble. Like, it's insane.
That Brohio guy, that guy could be uncovering things that could lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton, but instead he's like, you know what? I'm gonna look into Michigan football right now. Like, he's got the resources, he's got the espionage, he's got the technique, and he's like, nah, you know what? I could be using this for the greater good. I'm actually just gonna use this as a big FU to Michigan football.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
I do enjoy it. I mean, I'm sure at some point they're gonna get hit with some kind of sanctions, probably, but I don't know. I mean, in all fairness, like USC had to get stripped of a title because somebody bought Reggie Bush's parents a house. Like, that doesn't affect on the field at all.
Not at all.
But on the other hand, it's like, even if they do like vacate the wins, I mean, everybody's going to remember they still won. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're a Michigan fan, you're still going to have that feel. You're going to remember that feeling of them winning.
You can't vacate memories.
There's nothing you can do to take it away.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that fire going a little bit more.
Okay.
We'll keep running though. We'll keep it running. This live campfire.
Running.
You know, typically sticks, stones, you know, do that old Boy Scout thing. Nah, we're using charcoal, lighter fluid. And then we go pop.
Boy Scouts is kind of like a game.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I saw a crazy story on, there is Venezuelan gangs that overtook a apartment complex in Colorado.
Yeah, I saw a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I seen like on Facebook, someone's like, how come we're not talking about Colorado? And I'm like, well, what the fuck's on Colorado? We talk about Deion Sanders all day, every day.
Right.
Oh, I guess they're not talking about college football. They're talking about...
Right, they're talking about real life.
What?
Weird.
Yeah, that's wild. That's...
But, yeah, dude, it made me really be like, because they're just like squatters, so you can't really like do much about it.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you that us going from absolute insanity to being a fully functioning society, it's like not a whole lot has to happen.
No.
But it also made me want to like start like a 1950s style gang where like like the leather jackets and the greased hair and then but like not
maybe do a little song and dance.
And not like overtake someone's place with force or anything, because I'm not a violent person, but just they'd be like, wow, those guys are so cool, I'm gonna let them crash here for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we just like, hey, we live here now.
We live here with some grease monkeys.
Yeah,
you know? Come on.
Yeah, you don't see the white gangs anymore.
No, you don't.
You know, bring them back.
Yeah, bring them back. Yeah, right. Like like the with wearing the hat and like the illegal gambling and like the fixing games. You ever heard about the Boston College basketball? Yeah, where they're like doing the point shaving scandal. Apparently the guy that Ray Liotta, those Italian names, I guess I don't. Yeah, apparently the guy he played in the Goodfellas was involved in that ring, and it's just it's a weird, like, you know about like the crimes and like the the big stuff, but it's like the little stuff too. They just did anything for that extra money, that's what power. Maybe we could just like crash at somebody's house because they think we're cool and then like sell cookies or something. We may as well. I mean, we're a homeless podcast right now. We jump from place to place. You never know where to find us. We don't have, our podcast is definitely homeless. There's no home base for our podcast. We're going to do the next one at the homeless shelter. Right. May as well. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. It makes you think like how things have changed and like just so rapidly. Like you look back at the 1950s, and in grand scheme of things, 1950s wasn't that long ago. Right. But society as a whole is rapidly changed. Everything's changing. Yeah. And I guess I get it now when like we look back as a kid and they're like, back in our day, the parents are always like, we're so culture shocked by the things the kids were doing. Yeah. And I get that now. Like, I still don't know what skibbity toilet means. Yeah, I'm still having a hard time understanding it. Yeah. This is a foreign language to me at this point. That's what even just in short amounts of times things change. Like, woke, it used to feel more like conspiracy. Yeah, like like he knows what like the crazy shit that's going on in the government, and now it's been flipped to like a overly politically correct person. Like, right, like yeah, exactly. So if you said Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, stay woke. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But now they think woke is like, no, I don't want any white people on that show. We need tampons in the men's restroom. It's this completely culture shift. I feel like the conservatives were pretty woke when it came to species and stuff. You talk about the JFK assassination. You talk about landing on the moon. Basically, all the conspiracies. Most of them probably not true, but it's just all these conspiracies, and you're woke. Yeah, stay woke. Yeah, and now there's kids playing outside, that's why we say get those kids inside on their devices. I told you in the last episode, you can't be in my backyard without hearing kids playing. Like it's nighttime, kids. Yeah, come on. It's Sunday night. It's dark. Back in my day, we had school on Monday. Yeah. But it's funny. Like things do change like real rapid, Yeah. Just like how this fire keeps going out, I think, but like one more. Get another squirt. Not the squirt. It rained today, guys. Bear with me. Oh no, this is not going good. Well, it might spark up. This is gonna spark up soon. It'll spark back up. When there's smoke, there's fire usually, but that's what they say. That's what they say. That's what they say. That's what they want you to think. What they want you to think. Usually, you think, oh, there it goes. There it goes, guys. There you go. Like magic, But yeah, we live in crazy times. We're talking about college football and that cult of personality. And I feel like there's definitely a cult of personality when it comes to like many things in life. People worry about politics, and even if you talk about like UFOs nowadays, there's a stigma attached to it. Yeah. I want to talk about UFOs. You want to talk about UFOs?
Yeah, I feel like UFOs are getting a little bit more like acceptable for people to talk. Like, it used to just be like you were straight up crazy if you were talking about UFOs, and I mean maybe you still.
And now the fucking Pentagon is talking about them. The government is talking about. We have unclassified documents about them. They call them UAPs now. I guess that's what the more normal. That's what the normies are calling. Yeah. Unidentified aerial phenomenons. Yeah, something like that.
And like, I mean, do they straight up say, oh yeah, these are aliens, or they're just like, we don't know what these are?
That's the thing. So there's so many different theories you can see. I have this like weird time travel theory, and we're on a campfire, so this is where I feel more comfortable talking about my weird, crazy theories. But bear with me, guys. But if you're to travel in time, you would need a spaceship, because the Earth and everything's constantly moving. So the galaxy's moving, the universe is moving, the Earth is moving. So you would need a spaceship. Now, hypothetically, if you get a time machine spaceship, and you come back to Earth, you'll be in that spaceship. You'll be a UFO. And one of the reasons why we might need to travel back in time is we might need to steal cows, because we don't have enough meat in our future time. So maybe we're going back in time and abducting cows, and then going back, and that's why like they just disappeared.
Whoa. What about the ones that
anal probe?
Yes.
They're just doing it for fun.
sometimes you gotta just go on vacation and do something for you.
Right, exactly. Or maybe you're studying the more primitive version of mankind. Right. Like while you're doing it, that's what we would do.
Yeah. Like maybe in the future they don't even have buffet, and they're like, what is the purpose of it?
Yeah, all the microplastics in the ocean has caused us to not have.
It's blocked up.
It's blocked up. That's why it happens.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. But
yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of crazy like views on I mean, I totally think it's possible that they're fucking aliens and shit. Like, I mean,
oh yeah,
the universe is so huge, and like we're in such a small part of it. Like, it'd be pretty weird if we were really the only.
Yeah, the probability of humans and I guess Earthlings in general being the only life in the universe is pretty freaking slim.
Yeah,
I mean, they're actually probably finding bacteria on Mars right now. I think they're like doing soil samples and they're finding bacteria of some sort. If there's bacteria on Mars, then what it gotta be everywhere in the universe, you know what I mean? And that's just the only planet we put drones or robots on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of crazy. The idea of aliens, it's fascinating, it's fun, and I think as long as mankind is around, we're always going to be pondering the possibility.
Yeah, aliens and ghosts.
Ghosts. Ghosts are another one that gets fascinating, but I get behind aliens, but not so much ghosts.
Yeah,
but I know people who had visions or they've seen ghosts. They say, and they're always pretty compelling arguments. It's just, I don't know if I buy the argument.
Yeah, I've never had a personal experience myself, and I think our minds are so unbelievable that we could make ourselves believe that we saw a ghost.
Especially at night when your senses are heightened, you're more on alert, you're sleepy, and we already know the chemicals our brains unleash when we're in a dream state. So I almost feel like, let's say you're in bed and you think you see a ghost, well, that could just be you're in that half-assed awake, half-assed dream state.
Right.
Sleeping in general is always it's fascinating to me. I feel like we spend 1/3 of our life in a sort of coma.
Yeah.
Like where we can't move, we can't interact with our surroundings, and we dream. And what are dreams? Like, have you fully understood what a dream is?
Yeah, and then like as I've gotten older, I feel like I don't really remember
Your
the
dream?
dreams that I had.
No.
Like I'll wake up and be like, I think I was dreaming, but I don't really like remember what the dream was.
Here's another weird theory I pondered in my head that it's gonna sound like complete craziness. But how do we know every time we sleep and we wake up that we're in the same consciousness, that we're in the same person? So, okay, this sounds crazy when I talk about it, but we're by a campfire. This is where you say how crazy is the
This is
thing.
where you say crazy shit.
But let's say, how do I know that when I go to bed tonight and I wake up tomorrow, that I'm not in some other consciousness, that I'm not someone else? Like, you could think about it, but how do I know that everything that happened before I woke up this morning wasn't just planted in my brain, and then I go to bed, and then whoop, now I'm in someone else's body. Now I'm someone else. I'm living another experience, I'm living another life.
Yeah.
And
so like
there's no way you can actually prove that it isn't, because, you know, I could wake up tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, see, yeah, duh, I woke up tomorrow.
yeah, I'm back in me.
But what if those ideas and stuff were, you know, I could never prove that those ideas were actually planted in me, or like, what? It's just so
Yeah,
weird.
like while I'm awake, I could be a 30-year-old in my 30s podcaster, father, husband in Ohio, but then when I fall asleep, maybe I'm like some drug dealing crazy person in Australia,
Right.
you know?
And maybe then that's who you are now. Maybe like the Ryan Berger that's always existed, and now someone else has that consciousness.
Right.
Like, it's a dumb idea, dumb theory.
Well,
but
there could be a Brian Ruger in fucking Australia.
yeah. Yeah. Brian Berger.
Yeah, there could be a Gnepper somewhere.
Why does it have to be similar names?
Just to make it fucking even
Just the
more
idea
ridiculous.
of a doppelganger. I mean, there's billions of people on the planet.
Yeah.
Odds are there could be someone who has very similar consciousness to you.
Yeah.
And a very similar personality trait.
Yeah,
That doesn't make fun sense, but it's weird. It's interesting.
yeah,
Look at animals; they all seem to have a very similar personality traits. Some are very similar.
yeah.
You know. Yeah. So
Yeah, even all people can. I mean, that's why you get that pack mentality and of like everyone starts thinking the same. Yeah,
hive mentality is so crazy, and you see that like ants, obviously, and bees. They all have that hive mentality. They're all doing something. They don't know why.
yeah,
There's like it's like one of those mysteries of science of like, why do all these ants, they're all doing something individually that leads to the greater good, but
Yeah.
how do they know this?
yeah,
How do birds know where to migrate to?
yeah,
Like, how, like, we humans, you know, before GPS, we had to look at the stars. We had to use all these different ways to guide ourselves.
yeah.
But somehow birds
They just
know when to go to Mexico. Like monarch butterflies, they go to Mexico every winter,
Yeah,
every fall, and they come back. How?
yeah,
How is that? Like, how are these species that we think are so dumb, so intelligent in their own little way?
yeah. And then we just instinctively know to like get a job and pay taxes.
Yes,
That's just like, just keep the economy going.
It's all about the economy, guys.
Yeah,
Keep it going. That's the point of life, guys.
that's the whole point, dude.
Ask anybody, hey, what's the meaning of life? To keep the economy thriving.
Commerce.
Come on, commerce and big business and big government.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's all about. That's the sole purpose. That's happiness.
I
right
know. When you want to get all like reflective and deep, like, what is the meaning of life? Like money,
there. Money. Yeah. Money.
make me money.
And then when I die, I get passed down my money, and then that money gets passed down, and then everybody's like, this guy's not even, he didn't even earn his money.
Right.
So now we shame that person.
Forget what everyone wants.
Yeah, exactly. That's, I guess, the goal is money. That's,
Yeah, and we made up money.
we need to make up.
Look at that.
But people always say, like, oh man, we could have went any route possible. Why did we decide to do this?
Yeah.
before this was fucking hunter-gatherer.
Yeah, like, yeah.
People were dead by 30.
Right. As imperfect as this might be, I would take this any day over, like, okay, I gotta go hunt my food.
Yeah, you had to litter of kids if you're lucky if 2 of them survived.
Right.
Like, we're doing so. Yes, we're all depressed and we're all addicted to technology.
Right.
But it could be way freaking worse.
Yeah, you could have to catch your own dinner
Yeah.
instead of going to McDonald's and being upset at how long it takes them to make your dinner.
Isn't that another catch-22? That, like, people who hunt their food and stuff, a lot of people are like, how dare you kill that animal? I'd rather be a hitman and have my animal killed by someone I didn't know. So, like, you know what I mean? It's a weird...
Yeah, I'll have someone else do the dirt.
I'll have someone else kill this animal for me. Whereas I feel like the people who do hunt and fish, they're more connected to their food. They killed it. They did it.
Yeah.
Me, I'm throwing food away in the freezer because it's been in the fridge for too long.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh yeah, this is expired trash. It's not the way I don't think this whole circle of life is supposed to go. You know,
Nah.
like it's.
I tied so you could have nourishment. Like, well, sorry, I was full.
I was full, and I'm just gonna toss it away. Yeah, that's not the way things are supposed to be. But yeah, we live in a way that is so far removed from the way that we're supposed to live.
Yeah, all the technology. Nah, you don't even have to go get your food. You can get it delivered right to you.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
You could get the hunter and the gatherer.
Yeah,
You don't have to do shit.
yeah. You don't even have to gather your food from the grocery market anymore. You get that shit delivered now. It is crazy. And yeah, we're so desensitized and so detached from what made us human.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going on these tangents, but we're by a fire. This is when you go by these
Well,
tangents.
and that's what I think when you actually analyze all that, that's where then it.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Bum bum.
dun, dun. You know what? You know what would be really fucking scary?
Yeah.
A world without creed.
Oh my God. That would be.
I heard someone else. I don't think they really said it to us, but I want to imagine
They
a
sounded
world
scary.
without creed. What?
They sounded
No,
scary.
don't worry, it's not real. It's creed still here.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Thank God.
Oh, but now I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking.
Yeah, dude.
That's why we come out on Sundays, because we are a Christian podcast.
Yes, we are.
Us
Always
and
have
Creed.
been. Yeah. We have pretty tight Christian values,
Absolutely.
you know?
I think we just explained the importance of society and money. I think that all aligns with Christian values.
Yeah, I think so. I really think it does. Yeah, there's nothing more Christian than these mega churches
Right.
ask for donations.
Hoard the money for yourself.
There's this one dude. He was one of those mega churches guys. He had like a private jet, and a reporter was asking him like, it was a viral video. She's asking like, "Do you think God wants you to have this money?" He's like, "Yes, of course God wants me to have this money. I'm spreading the good word. I'm doing this." And she's like, "Yeah, but could you do that on a smaller jet?" And he's like, "Or could you fly commercial or something?" "Oh, there's demons on those planes."
Just say, yeah, that is a good defense, because like if you believe what he's saying, it's hard to refute that. Like he's
Enough is enough.
This plane has been blessed, and
I just imagine him just flying regular class.
yeah,
And
no,
then one day he just snaps like, enough is enough. I had all these goddamn demons on this goddamn plane.
I get it. You see some people on some planes, like it kind of looked like some demons around.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos.
People wilding the fuck out.
And that guy is looking at these demons. He's like, that motherfucker's not real.
I just saw something of this pilot that he like had a psychotic break and tried to open an emergency exit while they were flying.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And he said he had lack of sleep and he had taken shrooms like a few days before. And it was like, I don't think that's why he did that.
I also don't think, as a pilot, taking shrooms a day before is you're not even supposed to like drink alcohol like
No.
the day before.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be on your best heightened senses.
Yeah.
Like it's
So maybe he just said, maybe that pastor just sensed, like, you know what?
yeah.
I feel some evil spirits.
Yeah, he had like a final destination. Just like this is not gonna go well. So joke's on us. We're over here mocking him, but it turns out he's actually right. you know?
He knows what he's talking
And
about.
Satan's not touching those private planes.
No, no, I would do.
He's like,
Those are the chosen ones,
right,
because you can afford it. You know?
right. And Satan can't afford it. Beyond
No.
that. That makes perfectly good sense to me.
Yeah, I think so.
Looking at the night sky, you know, how come UFOs only come out at night? Like, you never see the stories of them coming out during the day.
Yeah,
And what's funny with like at night is like, oh my god, that UFO disappeared, or they turn their lights off.
right.
Like something was flying and their lights turned off. Doesn't mean they vanished. You just see their lights.
Yeah.
I always like makes me mad when like, I watch like these UFO videos, and they're like, oh, I see something, and then it vanished, and then it appeared over there. Well, maybe the light turned off for a second, and then it just.
Yeah.
Come on, people. These are critical thinking, but we're in that heightened sense of alert. And there's so many people who have UFO stories, who say they've seen UFOs. A lot of people. But one year, the Starlink, the Elon Musk Starlink satellites, everybody thought that was a UFO. One year, the LA power came out in LA, or they like blackouts in LA. And you could actually, since there's no light pollution, you can see the Milky Way galaxy. People are calling in, there's a strange cloud in the sky that's glowing. Like, no, that's our freaking sky. People just don't look up anymore.
Yeah.
And when they do, they see things that like, oh my god,
Like, whoa, I didn't know there was clouds up there.
I'm a mega nerd, so like I know I can spot out the International Space Station. Like, I've looked in the sky and I've seen it. Like, oh, that's not, there's the International Space Station. I pull up my phone and it proves me right because it shows you where it's at the time.
Dude, I never thought about, what if UFOs are just like ships that God's chosen people, the billionaires, are flying around?
Yeah, like,
Because what, they wouldn't waste their time letting us devil people know.
that's true. That's true. What is that called when they say that it's like a word, and like it's when the end times are coming, but all the Christians get to go to heaven in there. Oh, that's what,
Like the rapture.
the rapture. Maybe the rapture is a slow moving rapture.
Yeah,
And like
they already know about.
you can't get everybody at the same time. So over the last like 100 years, like, oh, you get to go. You get to go. You get to go.
And
Hey,
that's why the mega churches are getting that money up. They're like, hey, we know it's coming, and we got to have our spaceships, right?
yeah, you don't want any. You got the pearly gates ready for a reason too. You
Yeah.
don't want those Venezuelan gangs coming, so you gotta protect your borders of heaven.
Absolutely. Build that wall.
I got that right. You got those pearly gates.
Yeah, you already do. You don't want Venezuelan gangs showing up
No.
and just making themselves comfortable.
No.
And then you're like, and then it's awkward. You can't just make them leave.
No, yeah, and it's ironic because I feel like these gang members are like the biggest Christians. They have crosses, like tattoos on them and everything, and God's like, "Yo, guys, chill."
Yeah.
Like, it's not us.
Sorry.
What's our immigration policy in heaven?
Yeah.
It's tough. We don't have one here.
Yeah, but we have very secure borders.
We
Let's
do.
just say.
Yeah, very secured. You guys, there's a lot. You guys, there's a whole book about it.
There's a whole lot of boxes you got to check. So
Right?
it's pretty much impossible to get it.
Yeah. You gotta choose the right religion. There's thousands of them. So good luck.
I know. Yeah.
Good luck.
Like, you thought you picked the right one.
We purposely make it really vague too, like everything. Like, oh, this could be double
Yeah,
meaning.
like they all almost sound very similar.
And they're all contradict each other and
Yeah.
contradict themselves.
Like, man, wish I knew. Wish I had a private jet.
Yeah, that would make me, ghost being real would be really comforting. Because like, oh yeah, cool. I guess I'm in. You know,
Yeah.
one thing I would be in. I'd be
Yeah.
admitted in being a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Except for,
Yeah, maybe we should hope that ghosts are.
but what did ghosts do when the sun burns out?
Yeah,
And like,
and everything's gone.
yeah, and then there's like meteors just crashing into the planet. Planet's kind of a meteor. And there's just nothing anymore. The ghost just like,
That's probably when they mess with.
Probably. That's like when like the white kids are gone. And you're like, finally.
Like, whole planet to myself.
Right.
So then another ghost would be nearby, and it's like, oh shit, now this is awkward.
Yeah.
You don't want to make ghost eye contact while you're masturbating.
No, yeah, you don't. You don't.
Bad times, man.
Wow, you're saying this while in public.
well, there's
I live in this neighborhood.
right, yeah. Sorry. We got some complaints about someone talking about masturbating ghosts.
I've had the cops called because of a fire before. I don't know why.
Yeah.
People do. People be like 5 people who came like, it's legal, but we don't really know the rules. We don't know the law.
Yeah, because the rules are all made up.
The rules are made up.
You don't have to listen to them.
And technically,
go into someone's house and say, hey, this is mine now.
you can technically call the cops over anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
That person's chewing loud over there. And I mean, they'll show up and they'll look.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, sir, I understand this is...
Yeah, so you're grossing people out.
Sir, I don't want to do this. You don't want me here. I don't want to be here. But can you stop chewing so loud, please?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, they gotta go back to the other person. But he said sorry for chewing so loud.
He says he won't chew so loud.
He said he's got a messed up jaw and he has to chew.
He has to chew loud. That's it. That's what it is. He has to chew loud.
He just has to.
Just like I have to have a fire. We're doing a campfire pod.
Right.
So like, I can't have a fire. Yeah. Like, what's the point of the campfire pod? I mean, we almost had a campfireless pod the first 5 minutes of the pod when it started burning out. But my good old Boy Scout scales got this fire back going.
Yeah.
You know, just a little lighter.
Boy Scouts gang shit, dude.
Just a little lighter fluid goes a long way.
Were you in the Boy Scouts?
No way, Jose.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went to like an orientation for like a Cub Scouts thing or something. And they're like, you're going to be outside a lot. And I was like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah, I was blessed with parents who didn't care about anything like that.
Yeah.
Matt, you're at home. You're always at home.
Yeah, that's
this
fine.
Might wreck your social life in the future, but you know what?
But you know what? You'll make a podcast in your 30s.
Yeah.
Come to terms with all of it and it'll be fun.
Yes. God, yeah. Despite the fact that you did not like being out about and you really don't like talking to people. But hey, this you're going to be talking.
Yeah, I can just talk to myself. Well, talk to each other and have people listen.
Man, the worst thing ever to me. Not the worst thing. There's way worse things than what's going to happen. What we're talking about. But one of these things, someone, I was out to eat and someone came up like, hey, it's good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. No, and he was like, well, it was good talking to you. He was like, real quick. And I said, it's good. or something like that. Like
something that didn't make sense.
When my brain is like, how have you been? Like, oh, I've been good. I think that's what I said. I've been good. Yeah. I think I autocorrect. But I was so off put because I'm like, who was that guy?
Yeah, that's dope.
It's like people grow beards and they get older, and
yeah, people
might recognize me from like elementary school, but that's a flex. If you could come up to someone that you haven't seen in like 20 years and like, hey, how's it going? Confidently say that. It's a flex. I could never do that.
Yeah, I always let them do it because I'll like be looking and I'm like, I'm not 100% sure.
But he also didn't say my name, so he said, "Man, you know, I mean, could have mixed me up with someone." Or maybe he came up and he realized, oh, I don't know if I know this guy.
Yeah, and then just like
I'm like, I think I know who it was, but at the same time, I hate doubting it. I hate the like, oh shit.
At least you didn't do the when your waitress or waiter's like, enjoy your food, thank you too.
I do that all the time. Like I don't know if I do that specific one all the time, but like I do. I got these auto. So I guess I assumed the guy was saying, like, hey, how have you been doing? Like, I've been good. Like, yeah, like, oh, good.
I had my auto response ready.
Yeah,
threw me off.
I'm a robot, guys. I live on Twitter and Facebook.
I'm AI.
TikTok and
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, you're Allen Iverson.
Oh yeah.
You got the.
That's who I am when I go to sleep. Me and Allen Iverson have never been awake at the same time.
And that's. I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Probably watched.
Yeah, but there's no way to prove it.
That's true.
Yeah, never mind. I have watched them play back in the day.
Allen Iverson must sleep a lot because Like you go, cause like,
Yeah, it does seem like I'm awake pretty well.
but you do work midnight, so I guess there is that flexibility there.
See, it's possible.
It's
You're saying there's a chance. No, there's still not a chance.
But what about like 80% of your life when you weren't on midnights?
Yeah, I wasn't as a child,
No.
and that was when he was most prevalent
Yeah.
in the NBA.
But
But
children sleep a lot.
yeah,
They didn't have to wait his whole NBA career.
right.
I'm sure.
That's why he was late to practice. Practice.
the YouTube algorithm's going to tell me that this is where there's a big dip. like, I don't understand what this means. Like, I get what he's talking about, but the algorithm, I guarantee I'm going to show you the algorithm and I'm going to show you the dip.
Look, once we started talking AI, everyone dips out after that. They're like,
And
what
a good-
the fuck are they doing?
And a good campfire pod, it's a good campy pod. You're thinking, oh, they're like finally talking to AI. You're like talking about crazy supernatural shit. No, Allen Iverson, guys. That's what we're talking about. Basketball player who's been retired for the last 15 or so years.
Dude, you know who was another interesting basketball player that's been retired for about that long? Karl Malone.
Oh, yeah.
And he's interesting because he has a great nickname of the mailman, but he has a bad history of...
Yeah. You know, I think Post Malone might have... I don't know. But I remember hearing a story that Post Malone did his name, like his rap name, be like a random generator.
Oh!
But I think the Malone came up because of... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe now that I'm talking about it, I feel like I'm wrong. But I know Post Malone's from Utah. I think Karl Malone played for Utah.
Oh!
Maybe.
I was thinking he was from, like, Texas, but...
I don't know. If only we had like someone to like look up. So
I know. Somebody out there, look this up.
maybe he's from California, but he lived in Utah for a little bit. I don't know, man. I had a thought, and that thought went nowhere. You had a better thought talking about Karl Malone.
No, I didn't.
That was
really,
going nowhere.
I didn't really have a better thought. I was
No.
just gonna point out that he was like banged a like
Yeah, that-
15-year-old
and that kid played in the NFL for the Buffalo Bills.
The kid that
Yeah,
Karl Malone had?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pull your phone up. We're gonna look this up. Buffalo Bills, Karl Malone's son. Sorry, guys. Another dip.
Malone.
Son. Buffalo. Man, I recognize the name. I just never knew that was his son.
Darian Bell.
Yeah. Played for the Buffalo Bills, and apparently Darian Bell did not know his dad, like, growing up.
Oh, shit.
He was a piece of crap dad. So, but mom was 14. He was 22, 21.
Yeah, 'cause it was like when he was at college, I think.
Yeah. And the town kind of protected them because, like, you can go to the NBA, and it's like, oh, yeah, this is, so much so that, like, they didn't, like, really pursue him. They kind of gave the family threats. It's a real screwed up situation. I don't think that would happen nowadays. I think they're way more into, and then with the way the media is now and like social media in general, you couldn't hide that.
Something like that.
No, that would end his career nowadays.
And rightfully so. I mean,
Yeah.
that shit's fucking crazy.
It's disgusting.
And that's why he shouldn't have the nickname the mailman.
No.
Jameson Hardy would never.
Yeah, with
Men on American Heroes.
his deliveries were pretty messed up, and he probably wasn't there during the delivery.
No, he wasn't.
No, because he denied it.
Just brought his package and that was it.
Yeah. Disgusting. Like, I don't even, yeah. Where was Dad when we needed them?
I know. Too bad they weren't. They were just children themselves.
Yeah. That's true. Because this happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even, like, not even born yet. No.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there's some play in the NFL, and I don't know how old the kid is, but yeah. Yeah. It's a weird story.
Yeah. And it's scary, and we're by a campfire.
Oh!
Boo!
Yeah. It's spooky vibes.
Yeah, so.
Now you guys are probably like, okay, where's the fun campfire stories?
Well,
I think one of the cool, scary things I seen. I lived by Stom School as a kid, and I used to play at the playground there. And they had this chimney that was like pretty tall. It was like probably tall as like house. It was like a couple story tall building, like chimney just alone. The chimney was that tall. And one night it was like in and on sunset, and thousands of bats just came storming out of there. And that shit's like, it's creepy to watch in person.
yeah.
And living in that area, lived in 2 different houses in that vicinity, like close enough to the school, just different parts, like, but had bats in my house. Having a bat in the house is like one of those scary. It's like, it's like, oh man. Remember, I was gonna start a new job. I was living with my parents. I think I was like 18, maybe 17. I forget. No, I guess I was 18. And I'm about to start my new job. I already had the nerves. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. So I go up to my room. There's a bat just flying around my room. And I'm like, oh god, I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
No, dude, bats are terrifying.
And I already have like this weird get back to sleeping. When I sleep, you ever hear like night terrors and like all that stuff? I don't have it that crazy, but like some people, they get like sleep paralysis and they say they see shit.
Yeah.
And I think the sleep paralysis part is because like whatever chemical in your brain that makes it so you don't sleepwalk is triggered, so you're like paralyzed.
Yeah.
But you're conscious to your surroundings. But the also part of your brain that makes dreams is still working, so you see demons and ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the scientific explanation for it. It's not so fun, but to me that's like interesting as hell.
Yeah.
But me, I don't know, as long as I can remember, I like not every night, not even most nights, but every now and then I would wake up in the middle of the night and like panic, and I think there's like, sometimes it just be like, oh my god, there's a freaking cockroach in my bed. Oh, there's a rat in my bed.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing in my bed, but some reason like I just wake up thinking shit.
Yeah.
And like, luckily it's stupid shit. Like, oh, there's a giant spider in my bed. I wake up and get the sheets up, and then I'll kind of come to, and then I'm like, I don't know if I was just gonna have sleep state or I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it's trippy as heck. Yeah, I don't like it. That sleep paralysis stuff just sounds like that's like nightmare fuel, like almost literal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever get like in a moment where you wake up from a dream and you kind of still feel like you're in that dream?
Yeah.
Or like,
yeah, especially like,
what happened, that dream matters.
Yeah. I can't think of like real specific, but I know I've had dreams before of like something happening to like a family member and like just jump up a hill. I hope like, and then like realizing like, okay, all right, that should work.
I think having a bad dream is better than having a good dream. Because when you wake up, you have a really good dream, you're pissed off.
Yeah,
like,
right. It doesn't start your day off.
It does, but when you wake up from a bad dream, I think that adrenaline rush you get, and you're like, oh my god, that's a dream.
Yeah,
thank God.
I'm glad I'm done with that.
It's like that sense of like when you found your lost keys, like, oh thank God.
That relief.
But when you wake up from a dream, like let's say you won the lottery and then you wake up, it's like a really good dream. You lived a good life. You know, you're banging secret mouth. It was a great time. But
you wake up,
and it's like you lost your keys.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I gotta go back and find it.
And I swear, there's been so many times where I wake up from a dream, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if like I guess I know I was dreaming, but at the same time, like I gotta go back. I gotta finish the story. I gotta go back to bed. I gotta do this and that.
And like I feel like I could never pick back up.
Somehow I manage to sometimes. Yeah. But it's again, dreams are so weird. This effect that we have them.
Yeah, they fucking trippy.
Yeah. They say it's like a way for us to our memories kind of organize themselves during a dream. Like during a sleeping process. So they say that, let's say, there's so many random trivial things that our brains will like delete. It's like deleting the cache out of your browser. So let's say you're driving to work and you see a red car, you see a yellow car, and whatever. And you see these different colors, different things. You might remember it later in the day, but once that you go into the sleeping process, I'm going to clear the memory of this. I'm going to delete this because I got to store more important things in here.
Right.
So that yellow car I saw, if it didn't stand out enough to me, I'm going to delete it.
Right.
I'm going to go through a flush.
Yeah.
And I guess that's part of this dream process, maybe, is we're organizing memories and keeping what we think is important, what's not important.
So it's like your mind, like, releasing information. It's like your mind.
Yes, your mind. Yeah,
Minder, baby.
yes, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the analogy I would use, but it's one that could be used. Apparently, if you used it,
Yeah, it can be done.
yeah. But yeah, dreams are weird, and sometimes we don't need to have a Bigfoot. You don't need to have supernatural things, because reality in itself is so weird.
Reality is fucking.
There's so many things that are so unexplained. So like, every time you're like, oh, I'm gonna go hunt. I'm obsessed with Bigfoot and this and that. I mean, it's like, there's so much more interesting shit that's like, okay, a Neanderthal-like animal in the Pacific Northwest, cool.
Yeah.
But there's black holes out there. There's other galaxies. We got things that
how deep the ocean goes.
Exactly, the bottom of the ocean and all of that is way more interesting to me than is there or isn't there. Like it could just be a bear on its hind leg. They look weird on their hind leg.
Yeah, it could just be a Bellevue bear that got lost.
They do get lost, but they're gonna State Street Cruise.
They'll find their way.
They'll find their way. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys for listening and watching. I know this is probably
this is very introspective. But we're by the campfire. We're out in the element.
we outside.
We outside,
Mm-hmm.
and now we want to go back inside because there's bugs.
There are bugs.
And why? Why are there bugs?
Okay, one last thing. You ever heard of zombie bees? I have zombie bees. They're like bees, but they're like brain dead ish. You know how like flies and other bugs that just like go to the light, and it's like these are bees that are out at night and they're just obsessed with light. And I think there's a parasite that gets in them that just makes them turn into zombies.
Oh shit!
Way more fascinating than Bigfoot.
Absolutely.
The idea of a zombie
bees.
Rabies. Fascinating.
Whoa.
Like, and this isn't rabies, but I'm just thinking like another thing that's true but crazy. Where zombies are based off of like rabies. Like people like in folklore and stuff, because animals will bite an animal, and then that animal or human would want to bite something else.
Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah. There's also another parasite that they say it's in like cat pee or something. So like that's why pregnant women shouldn't be using litter boxes.
Yeah.
Some kind of parasite that makes it controls their thinking. So that and all this parasite does is it makes them want to. I don't remember all the facts now. I think that I brought it up, but it basically just alters their way of thinking.
Alters your like chemical.
And now that it's just because that parasite is now looking for something. I forget. The parasite needs something else to survive, so it makes this person want to do that thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's crazier than Bigfoot.
Yeah. It's real life is fucking
crazy. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah. There's nothing scarier than real life.
No. That's why we should just watch a lot of college football.
Heck yeah, dude. It eases my mind. And there's a lot more important things in life I should be worrying about, but I love worrying about shit that's not important.
Exactly. Relaxes you.
Not really. I don't feel relaxed.
Yeah, no, you're right, because if your team's not doing well.
My team won by like 45 points, and I was frustrated for half of it.
I was gonna point out, like, I think you're like a pretty like reasonable, rational thinking person most of the time.
Yeah.
But like, I think like first or second quarter, I think you said like, this fucking quarterback for Ohio State, I don't think he's it. Like,
I said Will Howard, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't feeling him. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know why I tweeted that out. You know, I'm still not 100% sold on him. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it, but it's just like, Like, well, dude, it's only the first
I
half
know.
that gets accurate.
I know. I that's dumb.
But
of me.
that's why we're fans, we're fanatics.
We're fanatics.
Crazy.
We are. I do like. I remember. I was
There's
thinking
got to
about.
be some kind of chemical that makes.
I've been thinking about that tweet, and I'm like, this is why. There's some people that get real bad with live tweeting.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, they'll tweet the dumbest shit. that was my dumb tweet. And if I have a dumb tweet next week, especially when the Browns play.
It's all right. You're allowed to have dumb tweets. You could still become president.
Yeah, especially if they're mean. Well, love you guys.
Thank you guys for listening. Love you. And we're going to put out this fire.
Yeah. We started the fire.
And now it's burning. And
I hate it because I tried this fire 3 different times, and now it's going perfectly.
I know. You got it. Now you got it going perfectly.
I know.
Your podcast has a fire. All right, bye, guys. Love you.
Love you.
Dum dum